You, you know what? That reminds me. I met somebody when I lived on Kansas Street. When I stayed with that girl who, the postmaster, the one that came to get me from Florida for free after not talking to her for like 7 years. And when I first met her, not when I first met her, but like 2002 or 3, after I moved out of my apartment on 19th and Jones, after 9/11, I found my way over there somehow. I don't remember how. But I was kind of staying with her. Well, she had friends, and the little neighborhood white people knew each other real well, like her boyfriend's mom, and then people that lived behind them across the alley on the very corner of Kansas Street that overlooked the river. Basically the spot where I had my dream when I was like 13 or 14 about the moon looking strange, like milky, like it was like it got hit by something. And then me panicking, telling everybody we got to go look at the moon, and nobody would listen. So I had never even been over there. I hardly ever been to the west side, except when I lived there as a kid, but not really. I've never even been on this street, on Kansas Street, or up on the top of that cliff. But in my dream, I went there. That's where I ran, because I don't know. I don't know if I knew everything was going to flood or not. But that's where I went, and everything flooded, and I escaped the flood. But it was on that hill, on the very end of that street. There was maybe one house on the right side of hers that was closer to the cliff than her house was. But Freddie, her name was Freddie. She had a daughter with huge tits. Like, really huge tits. Skinny girl. It was bizarre. Like, she was cool. But like, what was it? Yeah, she had like long black hair, but she had dragon statues. She loved dragons. And now that I think about it, she was Italian, I think. Based on her last name, it was like Tulupa or Tapula or something like that. She ended up dying of like cancer or something. But she was nice, she was good to me. I remember one time she cried, and I knew it was about me. But she didn't say anything. She like really, as I believe, cared, you know what I mean? But we weren't close. And that's probably because of the woman I met her through. They knew she had her claws in me. You know what I'm saying? Behind the scenes. And she always has. You know what I mean? To this day, I'm sure. You know what I mean? But, because where I met her was across from the Masonic Temple, whom I later met, the owner of that, and that's where I ended up living on West 3rd Street and working for him periodically and living there for like 8 or 9 years. But that's how I met him, and how I met her when she was living in those apartments across from the Masonic Temple. She was married to my old Crip buddy, a white dude, when we were teenagers. Like, he was about 18 when we were teenagers. But, he ended up marrying her, having a kid named Haley, because of Eminem, I suppose. And, yeah, dude. But anyway, I believe the reason, like, Freddie was crying is because she knew about my situation, and probably knew, that woman, Heather, had a hold on me, had claws into me that I didn't know about, you know what I mean? Or just whatever, dude. I don't know. But, she was kind of, we watched the Pink Floyd, The Wall, the movie, and it talked about, these people were kind of like clan type people, but they didn't really show it. But I could tell, you know what I mean? They all were kind of, but they didn't show it around me, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, but Freddie, yeah, she had dragons all over her house. She loved dragons. I just remembered that. Like, that's crazy. And her last name, she was Italian. I'm pretty sure. Freddie Tupula or something like that. It's Italian. Yep. Like kind of a witchy vibe to her, you know what I mean? Long black hair, Elvira type vibe.